introduced to this home crowd. They're fired up as well as they get set to match up with their opponents. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Now the Auburn product, Corey Grant, and he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
Defensively here, you're facing a top-5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL, so when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28.
Pick it up, pick it up, pick it up.
They will run with Grant. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
On 3rd down. Grant, and he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. That one whistled against a big right tackle.
You'd think being able to fire out and block would be a lot easier to not commit a holding penalty, but it's tough to keep those guys right in front, isn't it?
Monday. Mike, 53, Mike. You must be getting tired of seeing me. Check, 53's Mike. Check. Monday.
On 3rd down, Rosen. He's going to wind up and air it out. And this will be caught at the 30. And all the way down to the 29. It's a big play there for Miami. 46 yards.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 29-yard line.
So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10.
If you kill it, motion me out. Let's go. Hey. Bravo. Number 53, Mike, 53.
Rosen will throw. That's complete to his tight end, Mike Gesicki. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards.
When this offense can get their tight ends involved, they can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to look it in, and picks up the 1st down.
Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal.
Check it out, Reed.
Here's Grant. And a short pickup there down to about the 9. Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal.
Well, it's been the air game that's taken them down on this drive before they finally turned around and handed it off on the last play.
And now they're looking for the big boys to get him in the end zone. Couldn't do it there.
It'll be interesting to see. Offensive lines had to pass block a lot on this drive. Will they be able to revert and fire out and create some space in the run game?
And the ball situated at the 9. 2nd and goal. This is Grant. And he'll work his way closer to the goal line as he's got 5 down to the 3. Driven it down the field nicely here on the opening drive, and now it's put up or shut up.
No doubt about it, because to make that type of a drive and ultimately kick a field goal would feel very disappointing. But I'm just wondering, is the head coach thinking, is this 4-down territory? Might he go for it?
Trying to finish off this opening drive from the 3. This is 3rd and goal. Now it's Rosen. Looks for Parker, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Nigel Bradham. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Mike.
Set. 60 Pittsburgh.
Kill.
Pilot, 64, weak.
So after the INT, it's McCown now. And he rifles one incomplete. The Pro Bowl tight end Zach Ertz, the intended target. And now it's second down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
McCown incomplete on first down. Here's second and 10.
Check three.
Watch the Christian travel.
Switch.
Rocket. Hey, Delta.
From his own end zone, it's McCown. It's brought in by Jeffrey. And able to get it across the 20 before they get to him. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
Ready? 10-2 stop.
Alshon Jeffrey so dangerous even when a defender's near him.
He's got such a big body, ability to run, positions himself well, excellent control. And you're exactly right. Even if people are draped on him, he often comes up with the catch. He really symbolizes what people are looking for in receivers in today's NFL.
Here's McCown. And that's complete to Jeffrey. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
On the ready.
Watch it,
Topper!
Here's Miles Sanders, the rookie second-rounder from Penn State. 34 yards there and a first down.
This has been a good drive so far, and it's been the running game for the most part that's powered them down there. Another nice burst there, picking up a first down. Now it's 1st and 10, as you said, in the red zone.
So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Right back to Sanders on first down. And he'll take it from the 18 to the 15, a gain of 3.
They went right back to him, but he pretty much had nowhere to go on that play.
Yeah, the previous carry looked pretty good. That one, maybe he was a little tired. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe he should have tapped out and had a second back come in and maybe make that run. Who knows?
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Hey, Orville.
Check, 59. It's been a long day for you. Check 59, Mike. Mike is 59.
Hey, Sam on.
Second time, defense, let's go. Check 52.
Hit it.
McCown going to throw. And he finds his tight end. It's Ertz. And here he'll get it down to the 7. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
We go. 50, plant.
Up, here we go.
They'll run with Sanders. And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5. Be interesting to see now what they do offensively down near the goal line after not much there that time.
As the offensive play caller, that may change your sequence now. Instead of coming right back with a running play, you may have to go to the air.
And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. To throw, it's McCown. In trouble, and he'll go down back at the 12. Raekwon McMillan able to record his 5th sack of the season.
2 sacks last week, another one right here. He's been unblockable lately, and I think that goes all the way back to not just his offseason, but the film study he's been doing during the week, because I think he's found matchups that he likes, and he's capitalizing.
And a few times he's even defeated double teams. He doesn't care at this point.
6-6, pull it high. Hey, Foxtrot.
Check, 59.
Right to go.
McCown now on 3rd and goal. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. So on comes the Eagle kicker, Jake Elliott, on 4th down. And he missed it. It's no good. And this will remain a scoreless game. And that one, my goodness, that was almost too easy.
Yeah, you're not going to have too many attempts shorter than that one. And I don't think this was blocked. That's about as bad a miss as you can have.
First down, Miami, as they get set to start the drive. Now, they were intercepted the first time they had the football, but now they get it back, and it's still 0-0.
And because of that, you know what the thought process is? Interception. What interception? It didn't really happen because they gave up no points. So go back on the attack. Go back and run the offense you believe will be successful. Find your playmakers and give them the football.
Up at the 29 now, they'll head to the line, 2nd and a yard. And he'll give it here to his running back. He'll have a first down past the 40. And finally taken down at the 44-yard line. 27 yards there, a first down.
This is a little bit like baseball here. Strong up the middle. Both sides want to be that. In this case, the offense ended up winning the ultimate battle.
And those big runs between the tackles, that's a little deflating for a defense, isn't it?
It really is, because that's where your strength's supposed to be. You're supposed to be in a spot where they can't make that yardage there. You're supposed to send them outside. Not in this case.
It's a gain of 34. That was excellent from start to finish, from the blocking to the running, just well executed.
And now let's look ahead, because after that, how about a little play action, maybe a little bootleg, and get the quarterback out on the corner and give him a little run-pass option.
And they're right down here looking for 6. So now following the big play, they've got a 1st and goal all the way down at the 10. Now Darquan. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on run downs. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the 2nd level.
On 2nd down, it's Grant, and he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown. Corey Grant, his 11th touchdown of the year, as his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon. A good hold in these wet conditions. The point after's up and good, and it's now a 7-0 game. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. It hasn't gone particularly well for them. That's obvious. In these conditions, no points so far. They've got to get that offense on track. The question, how do they do it?
It is the age-old question, isn't it? And to me, finding a way to make sure your playmakers touch the ball without it being too exotic. Meaning you don't have to go deep down the field. Maybe you hit them on those short passes on the perimeter. Make sure you just...
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. 2nd and 14 as they've got work to do here after the sack. McCown. His throw incomplete. Alshon Jeffrey, the intended receiver. And it's 3rd down. Now, Charles, got to like what this defense has been able to do these last couple of plays.
Yeah, they get the sack on 1st down, then they force the incomplete pass. Now they're just a play away from getting the football right back, but it's a big play. They've got to hold up.
Go. Hey, let's go. Look at me. Go, go. Leo. Go, go.
On 3rd and long, it's McCown. And he'll hit Jeffrey, complete. They pick up 10, but it'll still lead to a 4th down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. Call that a 46-yard punt with a net of 40 on the 6-yard return. And it'll be Dolphin football. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. Things progressing to plan so far. Their defense has been solid, and they've got themselves a 7-0 lead after the touchdown the last time they had the ball.
And this is no time to even think about, hey, are we going to milk the clock? Hey, are we just going to do ball control? This is the NFL. 7-0 leads, they don't last very long unless you continue to push the envelope on offense.
On second down now, it's Grant. Give him a yard on the run there, and that's going to set up a 3rd down and 2.
And with that run, he's already at 100 yards here before halftime. So if he sees the same kind of action in the second half, he could be on his way to a career game.
Check 53. It's a party now. It's a party now.
Now Rosen looking at a 3rd and 2. And it's caught by Parker. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Dolphin 1st down. With that grab, he now sits at 200 for his career, and maybe more importantly, a 1st down.
Focus, defense, focus. 80. Check. 50.
Throwing now, Rosen on 1st down. And that's going to be intercepted. Malcolm Jenkins, the Pro Bowler. And he'll bring this all the way up to the 45-yard line.
And Brandon, the passing game for both of these teams is going to be affected as the game goes along. It's not looking like the rain's going to let up anytime soon. So that might mean a few more wobbly passes and wide receiver slips. And this one winds up getting intercepted.
Now it's the all-purpose back. This is Darren Sproles. He's got a 1st down and then some inside the 40. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. Darren Sproles. His 2nd touchdown on the season as they are now on the board here in the 1st half.
Well, if the plan is to come in here and go toe-to-toe with these guys, it certainly does not hurt if you hit them with a big shot along the way, too.
That's got to give them some confidence. And the other thing right now, it quiets this crowd, at least for the time being.
Yeah, that is what is called the intended consequence of their actions.
So I'll leave it at 7 now as they kick it away. This is taken at the 3. Oh, he shifts past him. And some good coverage there by the kick team as they'll bring him down at the 16-yard line.
The Dolphins take over 1st and 10 at their own 16-yard line.
1st down Miami as they get set to start the drive. And 2 interceptions already here in this 1st half. That's got to affect him a little bit, right? He's got to be thinking about it.
He's got to be thinking about it, but most of the good ones, they find a way to put it aside. They're not happy about it by any stretch of the imagination. So they find a way to put it aside and continue to play their game.
Can he put it aside? Let's find out.
Get in the weight room. Deuce.
On 2nd down, it's Grant. And he will fight his way forward to about the 23-yard line. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter.
Alert! Mike, 53. 53, Mike. Hey, that QB's trash. Let's go. Check. 53's Mike. Check.
Rosen to throw on 3rd down. And Wilson has it. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. All knotted up at 7. A reminder, coming up at halftime, we'll send you up to Orlando. Jonathan Coachman is there, and he'll have stats and scores from a busy Sunday in the NFL.
Alert. Defense, let's get it together.
Check the backer, check the backer.
Monday.
Mike, 53, Mike.
Hey, Charlie.
I got you.
Now Rosen on first down. And he completes it to Wilson. Give him 15 yards on that one, and the Dolphins have a first down. Wilson now in his second season in Miami. First 4 years were in Kansas City. He's always been a solid complementary receiver, but Miami really hoping he can take the next step in his development, be more of a go-to guy now at 27 years of age.
58, right there. Here we go, D.
They'll run on first down. Grant. And he's going to take this one down to about the 23-yard line. Tackle made that time by Brandon Graham. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Now a handoff here to his running back. He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2.
Well, praise has to go to the guys on the offensive line because they've had a very nice, productive day running the football. How about that poor defensive line? They've been knocked around the entire game, and while they slowed them down on that run, can they continue to do so? Because they haven't had much success throughout this ball game.
Now the Eagles will use the second of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. From the gun, it's Rosen. Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. Fletcher Cox, he continues to wreak havoc in the offensive backfield. Sack number 16 on the year. So on 4th down, Dolphin kicker Jason Sanders comes on. The Eagles will take their 3rd and final timeout as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. Jason Sanders now for the Miami field goal. This will be spotted at the 37, so it's a 47-yard attempt.
No, possession's on. Possession's on.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And we're under a minute to go here in what's been an even first half, all tied up.
Yeah, still time to make something happen, too. A couple completions, just string them together. Could get into field goal range. Let's see what happens.
Ready?
On first down, McCown. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Jerome Baker was sack number 23 on the year, breaking Michael Strahan's mark of 22.5. Congratulations. Flushed out right, and that's going to be incomplete. 12 seconds left.
Incomplete on the throwaway. It's 3rd down and 14.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Look at me, zipper. Hey, Stu. Get it.
Working from the gun, McCown. Can't get away, and he he's taken down. Credit the sack to the safety, Rashad Jones. So a touchdown apiece. That's what we have to show at halftime as they head to the locker room. 7-7 our score. As we send you up to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman and our EA Sports Halftime Report. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They have a chance to break our tie here as we get a look at the first drive of quarter 3.
And it's such a tone setter, isn't it? Because both sides trying to seize momentum to begin the half. What do they have dialed up that'll give them an advantage to move the ball downfield?
Let's find out what they have dialed up. And he'll wind up with about 6 up past the 30 to the 31. They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31.
Yes! Mike 52, Mike 52. Defense wins championship. Hey, Mike 52, Mike 52. Stay with your man. Shit.
Now McCown. Oh, he got position on him, and he pulls it in. And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 43.
Score.
Throwing on first is McCown. He'll hit Jackson, complete. The 20. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. A big pickup of 38.
61, matchbox white.
They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. And that sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to second down.
Brings up 2nd and goal at the Dolphins' 7-yard line.
Now from the 7, here's 2nd and goal. Running with Howard. So a nice job to break the 1 tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. It'll be a gain of 5, and it's going to set up a 3rd and goal.
Hit it. Check, 59. And let's pin the mirrors back and go full strip.
They'll try to run with Sanders. That is not going to be any help as they dump him behind the line of scrimmage. They'll wind up losing 4 yards on the play. And that'll bring up 4th down. And Elliott puts this one through. And they take the lead here now at 10-7. So he missed that field goal earlier, but he says not this time. Able to knock it through, give his guys 3.
I like his poise. I like his confidence, his belief in himself. Sometimes when you miss that first one, you'll see a lot of guys sag and they can't make the next one. Not in this case. Stepped right up like a pro.
So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10. Gonna give this time to the tailback. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Target.
They go back to Grant. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
That's right. Mike, number 53. Mike, 53. Watch the curve.
On first down, it's Grant. Malcolm Jenkins up to make the stop.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On 2nd and 9, Rosen. Running over the middle by Graham. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. We'll get an update when we come back to Miami.
80. 27. Let's go, Heavy. Let's go, Heavy. Heavy, what you got? What you got, Heavy? What you got? Middle. Give me something.
Rosen on 1st and 10. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Jonathan Cyprien. And he'll be brought down at his own 10-yard line. He was looking for Parker that time. Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in December. Right, it is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake, after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity for each interception that he threw.
It's a gain of 35. We've seen him break off a big run already in this game, and for a second, that one looked like it might be another.
Yeah, I think that any defense would say, look, we can't let him get to the second level, because sometimes he'll break off the big run on his own, but oftentimes you get additional blocking at the second level, which gets you deeper into the secondary.
Rock it. Let's go.
McCown now on 1st down. Now he'll escape to his right. Completes it to Aguilar. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
Sometimes it's designed, and sometimes you just have to know when to leave the pocket and move and make something happen. And on that play, he was able to get on the run and was still accurate throwing the football.
So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 27.
Check, 59.
In your face.
Check 59. Mike is 59.
Now McCown. He's going to let it go deep for the end zone. Nelson Aguilar, 27 yards. And the Eagles able to push further out in front. Elliott on for the extra point. It's good to make it 17-7. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. This one fielded at the 5. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see. Do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have to change things offensively to try and settle things down, not just for the guy throwing the ball, but for the rest of the offensive unit, because his confidence has to be shaken a little bit. And you just wonder, is the backup going to start to warm up a little bit over on the sideline?
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29.
53 is mine. All day, punt.
Check. Alert.
53 is the mic. 53 is the mic. Let's go, D. Let's go.
Now it's Rosen. That's complete to his tight end, Mike Gesicki. And he has another 1st down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 42. So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. Here's Rosen to throw. And he couldn't hang on. Would have been their 4th pick of the game. Instead, 2nd down.
Trying to decipher what's going on out there, because I don't know if he's just getting bad reads. I don't know if the defense is confusing him. I don't know if he just has, bad info and intel before he snaps the ball, but he's made some pretty bad decisions with the football lately.
Yeah, several bad decisions on the interceptions he's thrown, and frankly, that should have been another pick right there. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down.
Check.
Alpha.
Check. 53's Mike. I don't think you got it, son. 53's the Mike. 53's the Mike. We got to get the ball, defense.
Again, it's Rosen. And that one got tipped. Kind of threw everything off. It brings up third.
And we just saw another example. These cornerbacks have played tight coverage all game long. Might start wanting to think about a few double, triple move routes to try and shake their guys free.
Because you're right, they have had no room to breathe. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
Mike's 4-2. Mike's 4-2. I'm scared.
Hey, orbit.
42's the Mike, boys. 42. 42's the Mike.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. Wide open receiver complete. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Give him 15 yards on that one, and the Dolphins have a first down. Back now in Miami. It's Dolphin football, but they trail here as we get set for the 4th.
Check. Mike 42.
Hard. Hey, box drop.
Mike 42.
On first down, it's Rosen. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. A good pickup there, 21 yards. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. He gets him a little bit closer. He takes it from the 6 inside the 5 to the 4. Defensively, you said coming in earlier in the broadcast, the magic number was 20 points for you. That's what you thought they would have to hold this offense to, or less than that. And, wow, they've done that in a big way, haven't they?
And not only have they done it, they put themselves in a great position to win this one because holding them down was paramount. If they could get it done, well, guess what? We see the end result. Right now, they have their eye on victory.
And leading here in the 4th. Able to get a couple here, but won't get across the plane as they stop him right around the 1. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
Sometimes I get caught in hyperbole, but I think they desperately need to punch this one in. They're running out of time.
Yeah, 2-score game, second half. You're down here. This is the time to put it in the end zone.
And not going to get much better than this for an opportunity.
On 3rd down, Grant. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line. That's going to back them up almost a full 10 yards. It's going to be a loss of 9 officially, and it's 4th down. The kick by Sanders is good. And they're back within a touchdown. It's 17-10. All right, so they needed 2 scores to get back in the game. The field goal there, maybe not exactly what they wanted, but the necessary first step.
There's still time remaining, and there's enough time to get it done. They've got to get at the least a 3-and-out here to get the ball back, preferably a takeaway.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They have the lead, obviously, late in the game. I guess the good news for them is if for some reason they would make a mistake, a field goal does the opposition no good.
Everyone loves to have a little bit of a cushion, and that helps you immeasurably. But the bottom line is, do all the things that you're taught in order to close out the game. Don't even let that become an issue.
Yeah, but still a one-possession game. This one not fully over yet.
Blue draw Corkers.
Check, 59. Good. Watch the twist. Kick.
5.
The count now on first down. It's brought in by Jeffrey. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
It's a gain of 7.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect them to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3.
Mike, check, 59.
Hey, lock it.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, exit.
Tighten up.
Get it.
To throw is McCown. Caught by the tight end Ertz. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before you get a good head of steam going.
On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. And this will be good for a pickup of 9 to the 46. And I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
On 2nd and 1, McCown. And that is incomplete, but a penalty flag is down. This could possibly be a push-off. Looked like some hands both ways. They got it on the offense.
And sometimes there's a fine line between being the receiver and the DB, and he knocked that one away. Might have caused an incompletion that could have been an interception.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down.
Go! Fight!
From the gun, it's McCown. That's caught by the big tight end, Dallas Goedert. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. A gain of 13. It's a 1st down. That tight end position, it just seems to continue to evolve every year in the NFL.
Yeah, you're getting really terrific athletes. A lot of them maybe were wide receivers at one point. They continue to give you speed, great hands, and big bodies, which make them excellent targets for quarterbacks.
Strip that ball. Mike's 59.
On 1st and 10, here's McCown. And the Dolphins rush gets home. Down he goes. Jerome Baker in there yet again. What else is new? He continues to rewrite the record book in single-season sacks. If nothing else, they've already taken a couple minutes off the clock here already as they come up 2nd down. McCown going to throw. Screen pass to Sproles. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So it's Eagle football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. And here's a big one now. Trying to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on 4th down.
29 is Mike. Mike 29. You don't want
Hey, Haywood!
Hey, you don't want to see me. You don't want me. 29 is Mike. Mike 29. Let's go, let's go.
Big grip.
McCown looking to throw on 4th. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked up by Minka Fitzpatrick. And the return across midfield into the 46-yard line. A critical error there in a tight game of the 4th.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the 4th quarter, turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the 4th quarter with a lead, no matter at what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
They'll keep it on the ground. It's Grant, and maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming. The Dolphins on third down. They've hit 4 of 7. This will be 3rd and 5.
Watch the boot. Watch the boot.
Check 15. Check 15. One there. Alert, alert, alert. 942, 942. You better be afraid of me. You better be afraid of me.
Back to throw. Wide open receiver complete. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. The Dolphins going to take their second timeout as the clock will stop with 35 seconds left to go. Rosen now 9 of 15 throwing the ball, 60%, and it's 1st and 10.
Mike's 42. Mike's 42.
Hey, we're pretty quiet. Never mind that. Hey,
Now it's Rosen. And yes, he's into the end zone. So they get the late score they needed. And now the extra point can tie this thing up in the final minute.
And while it appears the heavy lifting was accomplished by scoring the touchdown, they're still down 1. That extra point is now to gimme.
Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And, partner, we've got a tie game here in the 4th. 17-17 the score. All even to this point as it kicks away. This is taken at the 3. Then he'll take this across the 25. Couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. They've gone final now in Charlotte. And very little issue in that one for the Redskins, opening their lead a bit further. If they could win that game, it would mean win number 11 for them on the season. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They have a little bit of time here to get into field goal range. Not much. In a tie game, you don't want to do anything crazy, right?
I agree with you on that one. Risk reward, okay? If you go for it, what is the absolute reward on this? But the risk is probably greater. Run the clock out, get to overtime, and try and win it there.
All right, we'll see if they do just that.
come on, set. 30 base. I don't even know why this team showed up. Ready?
Now Sanders. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they get it with 16 seconds remaining on the clock. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. It's a 2nd down run with Sanders. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on 3rd down? Now the Eagles will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 11 seconds remaining in the ball game. The Eagles on 3rd down. A pretty woeful 0 for 5 thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3. McCown to throw. And he connects with Ertz. And now with 4 seconds left, we get a timeout call. He gets 7 out of it, and he also gets a first. Right now, everything resting on the right foot of Jake Elliott. And now with 4 seconds left, we get a timeout call. Right now, everything resting on the right foot of Jake Elliott. This will be from 53 for the win. And he's going to miss this one. Wide to the left from distance. It's no good. And here in overtime, if the team that receives the ball scores a touchdown, it's over. If they don't, we can still have some more football.
That's exactly right. If they go down and kick a field goal, the other team gets a possession to either match it or score a touchdown to win the ball game. If both teams kick field goals, the next team to score wins. But if the receiving team throws a pick six or fumbles the ball and it gets picked up by the defense and they score, the game is over at that point.
So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. And And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They're set for their first drive here in overtime, and this is where the crowd can really become a factor.
They've had to battle it all day, but I know what you're saying. In overtime, that gets doubled, doesn't it? At least, because now the crowd really wants to be involved and help their team, and that first drive can dictate the whole thing because they know if this team takes it downfield and scores a touchdown, it's game over.
And it's been loud in here so far. Now it's Sproles. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football in that situation. That's almost a tendency breaker.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Sproles. And an alley to run. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. That burst good for 20 and a first down. They go with the ground game, pick up the first, now in plus territory.
And that changes the whole mentality of a play caller, doesn't it? Once they cross the 50, they feel like they're in the strike zone, all right? You don't have to be in the red zone to take those big shots downfield or go after the end zone. Right now, that might be available to them.
And now this first drive in OT continues. Delayed give to Sproles. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. The run defense, they have been porous at times today, but not that last go-around.
No, they really tightened it up, didn't they? They finally got themselves a win because all game long we've seen them get gashed. This time they played their responsibilities, played their keys, and made a nice stop.
Now on 2nd and 13. McCown, he'll rifle this. Oh, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Rashad Jones. And the return here will go to the 31-yard line. A costly mistake here in OT.
And you know what they say, when you throw an interception like that in overtime, you don't usually get a chance to throw a second one. I mean, I'm not sure the analytics on it. Let's ask Marvin, our statistician, to ring that down for us. That's typically how coaches and teams feel about it. If you throw one, you likely cost yourself the game.
First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. Their defense did its job, got the stop. All they need is 3, and this is over.
Couldn't have done much else other than score themselves and end it. But they turned it back over to them, and now all they need is a field goal to win the game. An excellent job by the defense. Can the offense finish things off?
Yeah, part 1 is done, now part 2. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Motion, motion.
2 minutes left in this overtime session, and still all tied.
Here we go, D. Here I come again. Here I come again. Here I come again.
No, check that.
Now what can Rosen do here at OT? Well, he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he'll score. Touchdown, Eagles. Still catching our breaths from that electric finish. You get into overtime, that's one thing. It was a great 4 quarters. But then in OT, not only to win it, but to win it on a defensive score. Wow.
Oh, definitely. And I think from now on, we're going to definitely travel someone who can help us because I thought I was going to pass out at the end. Not just getting to the overtime, but the plays in overtime that led to this one, and to finish it on a defensive touchdown, a takeaway that gets into the end zone. I'm not rooting for anyone, but boy, I love to see games finish that way.
So for Philadelphia, they continue to be one of the best teams around as they move to 10-2. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the Dolphins, this season is beyond salvage now as they fall to 2-10. And they'll try and turn things around next week as they have a date at MetLife Stadium with the New York Jets. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so.